Hey y'all, we're gonna finish with this Carlos King and Erica Mena interview. I know I was having some technical difficulties yesterday, and it was a lot of background noise that y'all probably didn't hear, but I couldn't really concentrate. So we're gonna finish the second part of the interview, of the first part that I didn't get to finish. So if you enjoy this review, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Oh, by the way, I went back like 4 minutes. I know I said I was going to start at 44:58, but I went back 4 minutes because I realized watching the video back, I really was not concentrating. So we're going to start at 40:09.
How you say that? She's so smart, so stimulated. She plays a big part in like helping you be on top of King's education and providing him with the best schools. King has always been very, very intelligent to the point there was days where I would get called into school because King was correcting the teacher. So King got in trouble because he was correcting the teacher. Was King right? Yes, but the teacher was embarrassed, so they had to reprimand him in some ways. But that was the most of my troubles with my baby. So in the beginning, my mom, and I actually made her retire from working with ECP so that she no longer has to work. I have the peace of mind growing up the way I grew up.
You know what? Got it. You don't want him being raised by some strangers because you don't want him to go through.
I remember this part.
I
And if you
got
want to
it.
skip ahead, that's fine.
So you
but like I
retired
said,
your mother and said, "I will work on Love and Hip Hop
I was
Monday,
distracted
Friday to make enough money
yesterday.
to send
So.
back."
And I wasn't even making enough money. I just
I
knew.
know. Yeah, you don't make.
I just knew that was gonna do something. I didn't know what, but I knew it was gonna do something. You know, so I made my mom retire, which means now I have more responsibilities. I have two grown women and a son. So my mom, came in, and then eventually, my sister gets involved. She is she's very intelligent herself, so she was able to come in and help me on days when my mom's much older. So it's an equal balance, basically. And I just wanted to explain that because I feel like all parties should be equally praised, both my mom and my sister, because I could not have done that without them. But is it the whole that I read, your son was just left with his grandma in the middle of, I don't know what kind of country they think, and I just am not a mom to him. No, it's just reality or entertainment. I bounce around. My son deserves stability, the same school, the same friends, the same, he needs stability, familiar, like he needs a foundation, and that was important to me. I didn't want to, lug him here, lug him there. I want him to always have something else familiar.
You broke up with with the child's father, so you're fending for yourself, and there's something to be said about that, especially knowing that you don't want. He wasn't raised by a bunch of strangers. He wasn't raised going from house to house. He had a stable environment with his grandmother
and my sister,
your sister,
and then
you.
There's also other people implemented in that because my family is so big. But what's common though, in most Caribbean homes, whether you're Jamaican or whether you're Spanish, whether you're Haitian, whatever, grandmas, aunties, all play a part in raising the kids. It's not just solely like we all collectively, so it's not uncommon, at least for us, for the family to kind of tap in and help you and so on and so forth. So no.
What's she trying to say? She says it's common in Caribbean and Hispanic families. What is she trying to say? Because, yeah, the Black community definitely needs to do better when it comes to these kids, because it takes a village. Everybody knows this. Y'all be acting like y'all don't want to be a part of the village. But what is she trying to say? Because black people definitely were doing that before. Unfortunately, you don't see that as much now. But what is she trying to say? Okay.
Oh, I also want to clear, for whatever reason, I guess because my son is not the most hippest kid, very introvert, and he's very to himself. Um, at the wedding, he's very shy, he's not into the cameras. People assume that there's something, birth-wise wrong with him. And
wait, people are trying to self-diagnose
well,
him?
I've read blogs. There's actually long blogs that will sit there. Well, I've literally put out stories that my son is autistic. I'm embarrassed of his, or that he's handicapped in some type of way. So for those who read these kind of things and probably have this assumption, because for whatever reason, the curiosity of my son and why I choose not to have him on TV, his privacy and what he wants of me and what I'm granting him is not okay for me. They have not been okay with, okay, her son just doesn't want to be on TV. She's respecting his wishes. So people come up with these crazy scenarios about my son, some of which have gotten back to him and they're hurtful, so, and if my son was,
no kid should have to experience that.
That's not a reason why I would not show him. It just so happens he is very vocal on not wanting to be in the public eye. When he used to be on TV, and I was very quick because I didn't even do that, long or much. Going to school, parents want to take pictures. Hey, you're Erica Mena's son. You want a picture? That's not the type of attention kids want to go to school, especially when they're hanging out with their friends or friends looking at them. It's like, so believe it or not, there's parents that overstep their boundaries in school because they know who this kid belongs to, that have made my son feel this type of way, which understandably he has every right to. So once he was vocal with me and his father about not wanting to be in the public eye anymore, we gave him that, wish. And every so often we'll ask him, like I have Christmas photos that I might post online just for me and the little ones, but I have the versions with all of my kids. I just can't post it because he doesn't want it.
And how old is he now?
He's 16, graduating this year, high school.
He's graduating high school at 16.
Yeah. I'm so proud. So proud. That I'll say I made it. In that subject, I made it to a certain extent. Because what people don't realize is the time I missed from having to provide, I could never get back from my kid. So naturally, I'm always going to have that regret. But at the same time, I look around and I'm like, he's never wanted for anything. He's gone to the best schools. He's loved on.
And I get that mom guilt stuff. It's a lot. Again, I'm not a mother, but I just have a lot of conversations with my mom. And, you have to see everybody's point of view. She's still a racist. Point blank period. But again, being a mom, having that part in her and being proud of her kid, and I get it. You don't want people to come for your kids, period. But there's just certain ways you can respond. But I can't take that from her. She feel like that's her pride and joy, as he should be. That's her son. So, again, she's human. I'm going to see every side of it. But just because you love your kid, that don't mean that you can call people fool monkeys. Okay.
I sacrificed a lot of time away from him to provide and get comfortable enough where I'm at. But I can't ever get that time back. So it hurts when people are like, oh, she abandoned her kid. Or
there's people who say he doesn't like you.
Yeah.
That your son doesn't like you. He's embarrassed that you're his mother.
And that's the narrative because of him not wanting to be on TV. But truth be told, teenagers, if anybody knows how to raise them with all these insane, unnecessary topics that they're having to be forced to deal with, and yet they're supposed to be still outside playing, please hand it to me. Because
I'm gonna pause this real quick and see what Haven had to say. Shout out to you, Haven. Haven says, Erica explaining how she's been exposed to so many diverse cultures proves she knew calling Spice a monkey was derogatory and racist. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That is literally all I'm saying. She knew that calling that woman a blue monkey was not going to be okay. And just because she grew up around people who be like, oh yeah, and we're this and we're that, monkey this, Spice is not somebody that you grew up with. This is somebody you work with. We don't go around calling each other monkeys, okay? We just don't do that. But okay, let's get back into it. Shout out to you, Haven.
May not always be his favorite because I'm just like, you're not going to make certain decisions when you're old enough. Kids don't want to hear, especially when they feel they know it all. And when you have a kid that's extremely smart, he likes.
If her son didn't want to be in the limelight, they gotta respect it. You shout out my name, of course, girl. Girl, what you mean? Of course, I had to shout you out. You keep this thing going, honey. Of course, I had to shout you out. But you're absolutely right. People need to respect the fact that her kid don't want to be on TV, you know? And Spice saying, oh, well, he don't like you. That was just a jab, you know, because nobody knows for sure what their dynamic is. We can all assume, we can all see what we think, but we can all assume what's going on, but we never know. And Paralegal Perspective says, son is going through, I know, he's going through it. Like, at this point, I don't really know what he can do, how he can just deal with it, because he about to be grown now. So he can still say, hey, I don't want to be on the show, or he can say, yeah, I do want to be on the show, and then address it, and then we'll have a Blue Ivy moment, right? It'll be, oh, he was so ugly, oh, he don't like you, this, that, and the third. And then when he get older, he can address it. It's gonna be like, so what was all that y'all was talking about? And then Haven says, if her son don't want to be in the limelight, they gotta respect it. We shouldn't tell you this more than once. Exactly. I totally understand it. And see, what people are missing is the fact that Spice never said, oh, your son don't like you, that's why he don't want to be on TV. She never said that. She was just like, he don't like you. And you could assume whatever else you want after that. But again, us watching it, us fans, right? We have to be like, well, if she says that he said he don't want to be on TV, then he just don't need to be on TV. Yay, Haven, purr. Okay, let's get back into this. Let me see.
To debate with me a lot. Yeah, but yeah, it's I wanted to clear that because I feel like this is a kid that he didn't ask me to be his mom. Does he probably think wish I was a lot more not known or didn't come with all the stuff? I'm sure because he's such an introvert. You know, he likes calm and quiet and total opposite of me.
Because the thing is, and the reason why I'm not even going to ask a lot about him is because, number one, he's a minor, and I respect the fact that he is private. And when I interviewed Nene Leakes months ago, and I talked to her about her kids being on TV and then her oldest son going through his struggles, and I asked her, like, do you think it was the reality show? And she said, I don't know, maybe. She said, look, it didn't help. It did not help. And your parent is Erica Mena. You know, ferocious and
tell me what reality TV star hasn't gone through some struggles being a reality TV star. Please tell me. Because we got Teresa and them in New Jersey, the husband got deported. Okay. We got Erica Mena and all this stuff going on. We got Stevie J and Jocelyn. And granted, a lot of that is for TV. A lot of that is for views. But I'm talking about the stuff behind the scenes, the stuff that they still show you on TV, but that is like real life affecting these people. That man got deported, y'all. That man got deported. You understand? Like, I don't know. It's just a lot. So, like Haven said, if he said he don't want to be on TV, y'all need to respect the fact that he don't want to be on TV. That's just the end of it, you know? But he must be wise. He must know something like that TV don't help nothing. Because like Carlos said, Nene said, it didn't help. It never does. You have millions of people scrutinizing your life every week, all day long, forever. And it don't stop because this is on TV. It's everywhere. It's just like the internet. It's never going to go away. So, yeah, y'all. And for a kid, think about the Disney kids. And then, there you go.
Controversial, and they can Google you. That I don't think people understand the degree of the teasing that occurs to children who are products of reality stars.
Like I said, y'all have to bear with me with these ads. I'm not fancy like the rest of y'all.
Your mom or dad is a reality star. If they on TV, ducking if you bucket, throwing drinks, cussing.
Haven says, reality shows require editing, pieces cut out, don't show stuff, portray people to be another person. Exactly. We don't know who these people are once they get off that camera. We only know who they are from what they show us on the camera. Everything's edited and nothing is true. So I can't even admit that I was like, well, maybe her son don't like her. Just being a fan, just being a person, thinking like, well, there gotta be something going on. And I can always be completely wrong. Everybody can be completely wrong. But, you know, it's TV. TV is meant to make you look different. They say the TV adds 10 pounds and I don't know, in the attitudes and how people end up being at. Look at Krishan and all of that. I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. But look at how she was on TV and look at her life now. Mind you, me and that girl is the same age. That's it. That's all. Let's go.
Somebody out. You know, that travels to school because that child's friend may be watching it with their parents and they're hearing what their parents are saying about.
But thankfully, my child has gone to school where, believe it or not, it's like these kids are, their parents ain't watching my fucking. But it's the day-to-day, him walking to the library.
Oh, it's that stuff, yeah.
It's him going to the mall, you know, and he's been in comfortable situations where he's been spotted and doesn't want that type of attention. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's weird. I honestly don't know why people are so obsessed with wanting to talk about my son and my relationship with him, especially because it's not something that I've ever been extremely vocal about. And I think what's even more weird is that I have to talk about it when I'm not supposed to? Like, this is a kid that wants privacy.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that so hard to understand? When you guys see him at the wedding, you guys saw him. I mean, you know, we actually did scenes together that was never used, you know, for that special. Me and my son, you know, that was never. So he's around.
And that's another thing that Haven mentioned. You know, how things are edited and things like that. I'm going to put your comment up. You're absolutely right. These shows purposely don't put in certain things for you to see to make that character or whatever. Because again, these are not real people that you're seeing. These are characters that are getting paid to be on TV. They only put certain things on there so you can portray them in a certain way. And that person can not be like that. It could be completely opposite of it in real life. But this is not real life. It's reality TV. Okay?
He's just doesn't like the forefront. And if you do see him, it's because we got his permission that day.
And like a kid, one day I'm able to do it, the next day, it changes.
Yeah.
But no, and I want to respect his privacy, so I want to move on from that. Love and Hip Hop is arguably the breakout moment for you in terms of how everybody immediately knew this Erica Mena is the one to be reckoned with, and you instantly became a household name. Mm-hmm. How did you get on Love and Hip Hop? Because the first time we, the audience, met you, Miss Thing, it was season 2 of Love and Hip Hop New York.
Was it season 2?
It was season 2. Like, season 2 was off the chain. Yandy, Christy, Kimbella, Erica Mena, Emily.
Oh my God,
Emily, and of course Olivia. And we were first introduced to you season 2. It was like this girls outing, like a dinner or lunch or something.
Okay, before we even get into that.
Yes, what happened? And that was your introduction.
So here I am. I got $1,500. I am ready to start movies. I'm like, like I told you, J-Lo put this battery in my back. I'm like, you know, I met Ivy Queen. So I'm like, I'm inspired. I'm like, I'm going to, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Like, this is what's in my mind. I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to be big.
Haven says comments on Carlos' channel mad at him for doing this interview with her. They don't like her at the fuck all. Because you don't go around calling people blue monkeys and thinking that it's okay to tell your story now. And you know what's so funny, Haven? You know how we talk about the round table talk all the time, right? And how when they did that, when who are they with now? MTV? It don't matter. Whenever they did that round table colorism talk, right? Bambi and Erica were under the comments on Instagram like, interesting, you know, we should have been a part of this, yada, yada. I feel like this is Erica's way of doing that, but still not taking accountability. Because I don't care about her whole life story. I want to get to the meat and bones. I want to get to why you call Spice a blue monkey, period. Carlos sitting here saying, oh, I don't want to talk about your son. We don't have to get into that too much. We just spent a whole half an hour talking about him. So what are you saying to me? You know? So they don't like her, girl, because what is there to like? Please tell me. Please tell me. Because all I know is that she's Safaree baby mama. And that she's a racist. Because at this point, that's all she's shown us. You know, I know she's been on TV for the longest, and like I continuously say, I have not kept up with this show. I started reviewing it on a whim, but I had seen it before, a long time ago, especially when Stevie J and Jocelyn and stuff was on there, but I was younger. I really didn't understand. I didn't really understand exactly the depth of how deep the show was going to get in the culture, you feel me? And this is what I'm saying. You saying you the culture, you're part of the culture, you grew up around all these black people, all this, that, and the third. So you knew not to say that shit. You knew that. So again, Carlos, why are we sitting here talking? I don't care about her whole life story. I would rather review Nene Leakes. And I only didn't want to do that because it ain't no drama. It ain't no messiness. I'm only doing this because this is still like a part of the whole Love and Hip Hop thing. Might as well. And shout out to Haven again for putting me on because I had no idea Carlos was doing an interview with her. I had no clue. I didn't even know he did an interview with Scrappy. Haven told me that too. Okay? So I'm trying to tell you, I'm not as in the loop as I may or may not seem, but yeah, she knew better. Period. Yeah, Haven, you remember when we talked about that? Exactly.
I'm gonna be on J-Lo's level. Whatever I'm getting there. I was even like writing down like I need to find me a Betty Medina. Okay, so that's yeah. I found a Betty Medina, but she's a woman. So anyway, took me many years after, but we found them. Okay, so anyways, I have $1,500, and I hit up my cousin Maritza, and I said I want to start doing movies. What should I do? She's like, you have to put together some type of EPK just so, you know, you can try to get an agent. Like, you can't just say you're going to do movies. So my cousin gave me a little 411. When I tell you I spent $1,500, had a whole bunch of...
He even says she has 2 baby daddies. Not only him, ain't nothing to like about that. And, you know, a lot of people got multiple baby daddies. But, see... what gets under my skin with Erica is the fact that she's so obsessed with Safaree, bro. Like, you know, no one can. I'm never going to like doubt that a mother loves her kids. We're not even going to go there. That's not even a part of the discussion. But when it comes to her kids with Safaree and then her son with this other man, she's a little obsessed. And I don't want to say there's some favoritism, but it's just kind of one of the things where, like, yeah, these younger kids, they're younger. They can't exactly say yes or no or give consent as to wanting to be on TV and stuff. And her older son, he definitely can. But it's just one of the things where it's Safaree, and we're always kind of like, well, where's this other son at? That's all. Where's the other kid? Because this is the whole thing. I didn't even know she had a whole other kid until a few years back when my mom told me. She was like, oh yeah, she got a whole other son because people just say that you don't, want to be around her. Because this has been going on for years. Okay? People have been saying that, oh, your son don't like you, your son don't want to be around you to Erica for the longest, okay? But at the same time, it's just one of the things where she's on TV and just keep the kids off TV. Like, I don't know. If you're gonna put your kids on the internet, do a YouTube channel, okay? But reality shows, that's too much. That's it. That's the barest you can have them because you're not in control of the editing. You're not in control of how your kids are seen to the world. This is a whole network. So, I don't know. It's just one of the things where I just feel like her top priority is Safaree and his kids, and then we're just like, well, where's the other one at? And again, not saying like, oh, she don't take care of him, she don't do this, that, and the third. I'm not saying any of that. But people don't like Erica for a lot of reasons. It's not because she got 2 baby daddies. It's not because she a racist. It's not because her face look like this now. You know, the Typeface Squad, I've been telling you. The Typeface Squad. Her, Bambi, and Sierra. Well, not I've been telling you. Scrappy been telling y'all. But it's a lot of reasons why people don't like her. And I wouldn't be surprised if people was, like you said, Carlos, we're not feeling this while you're interviewing her. He's just trying to pick his channel up, y'all. We all trying to do that shit, if you want to be honest. Because Carlos he helped be in the midst of this. Yeah, he was a part of Real Housewives, but he had his toe dipped in here and there with Love and Hip Hop. So, yeah. This is not the first time people have like, oh, Erica Lee is not fucking with you, period. So that's why she was like, let me grab onto this opportunity to talk to Carlos because people listen to him, people watch him. Why not? And Haven, and I know you said that you probably don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, but if you like Carlos King, you'll like that show because he created Love and Marriage Huntsville. So check it out.
Music video that I did, Chopped Up, with like videos that I had of me behind the scenes at music and photo shoots. I had no idea what I was just like, okay, just what I gotta do, put together a montage of what I've done. Okay, let's do this. Did that and had the nerve to do a voiceover over it. Okay, you know All of the Lights, how the Kanye West song starts,
Yes.
All of the Lights, and it's the violin. So I used the beginning part of that song to start this EPK. Anyway, sent the whole shit. I sent this EPK out to every fucking body. I got information from backstage. I went on MTV, got their office building number, and just was emailing and sending hard copies of this to every person I could think of, right? Even sent one to Benny Medina. I wonder if he got it. Anyway. So it gets picked up, I guess, by Mona Scott. Don't ask me how. She probably won't tell me either. I got a call.
She definitely won't tell you now. What you mean? Oh, let me stop.
Now, mind you, this is the prime of reality television. Okay? Evelyn Lozado was it. Is it. Like, I mean, I'm gonna call her like it is.
Hold up, but do y'all, hold on, wait, let me put your comment up here, Haven. But do y'all see the comparisons that she keeps saying? Oh, J-Lo, oh, Evelyn Lozada, you Latina women who are in these black communities looking on these black men, thinking that you can be out here saying the N-word, or you can be out here, you know, calling people blue monkeys. Now, and it's so crazy because I had this conversation with somebody just the other day. Oh, can people in my culture, do you think we should say the N-word? And I'm not going to disclose to y'all exactly what my answer was because that's none of y'all business. But at the same time, you can't really know when someone who don't look like you is saying it in an endearing way or in a, okay, I might have to punch you out way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always know for the ones that look like that, but the ones who brown like us, who tan like her, you never know. But again, my whole point was, do you see how she keep making the comparisons to J-Lo, Evelyn Lozada? Evelyn Lozada is known for running her fucking mouth on Basketball Wives, yo. Y'all know this. And they keep bringing her ass the fuck back. And you want to know why? It's because whenever she gone, I'm pretty sure the ratings just be boop, 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 boop. Not even just that, she be needing her money too. But what I'm saying is that they've made racism, colorism, all kinds of shit palatable to the point where they'll just keep bringing Evelyn back, or they'll even bring Erica back at some point. You already know the fuck they will, because what they're gonna do next season? They're gonna keep talking about everything that happened the season prior to her calling people blue monkeys and stuff. Spice is not gonna want to keep talking about that shit next season, so they're gonna have to bring her back at some point. But this is what I'm saying: TV has made it okay for people to just be like, well, I'm gonna let this racially ambiguous woman come on here and call people blue monkeys, and then I'll bring her back at some point. They've been doing this for years, y'all. This ain't nothing new. And Hayden and I talked about this as well. Just because of the social climate we're in right now, that is why Love and Hip Hop and Mena is finally like, oh, let's have a round table talk about it. How many times in TV, since TV, reality TV has started, has somebody done a racial slur, been colorist, all that? Please tell me. Since TV has started. So now it's just like, oh, well, Spice had to get the brunt of it and Erica was the one who had to deliver it. No. Because if that's the case, then every episode next season of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta needs to be about this. Since y'all wanted to waste our time with that little half an hour talk, let's let the whole rest, but nobody's gonna want to see that because y'all want to keep ignoring the fact that colorism and racism is not just when you out in the streets. It's not just on the internet. It's not just on TV. It's everywhere. And people make it okay for some money. You understand? And all money ain't good money. Period.
If it wasn't for Evan Lozado being on Basketball Wives, the thought of casting a Latina in general for Love and Hip Hop probably would have never been a thought. Maybe down the line.
And see, it's like idolization, low key. Like, oh, she was the first one. She was the first one. And why do you think they keep bringing her back? Because she keeps being disrespectful to Black women. Period. That's why they keep bringing her back, because she's disrespectful to Black women, and they love it, bro.
Maybe down.
They love that shit. Let me see what Haven got to say. Haven says Spice already said on the interview and live saying she doesn't want to be asked that. She looked like Spice meant that. Come on, because nobody wants to keep rehashing this. And this is what we talked about. Why does Spice have to be the scapegoat? Why does she have to be the one to get that dagger thrown at her? 11 seasons into this franchise of the show. Are you? And mind you, they've had the little spinoffs, the little I don't know if it was like a boot camp type of thing. Like, they stay on the show doing some stuff, you feel me? And why all of a sudden this year y'all say, hey, let's do a colorism episode, y'all, because Erica crossed the line, we're gonna fire her now, this, that, and the third. Haven, we talked about this, right? It's because Spice is the darkest skinned woman on the show. Like I said, I haven't seen all the episodes. There could have been women coming in and out darker than her, this, that, and the third, but consistently, Spice has been the darkest toned woman on that show. So they're like, okay, we're going to take the racially ambiguous woman, we're going to take the darkest skinned woman on the show, and we're going to have them clash. Because why the fuck not? Because they love when Black women just keep getting beat the fuck down. And I didn't even remember until you said that Spice told them that she don't want to be asked that, because who does? And what I'm saying is they want to just profit off her trauma. That's not okay. That's never going to be okay. Because, see, Erica's getting profited off it, but she's not the one who got called a racial slur. She's the one who threw that shit. Y'all never, ever penalize the person who started it all. They don't get penalized as much. Spice has to live with the fact that she got called a blue monkey on live television for the rest of her life. I would be mad as shit, bro. And I get it, oh, it's for a check, it's for a check. No. When Spice get healed up, they need to be in the ring. I'm trying to tell you, like, it's not okay. Spice need a good couple free hits. She need a table, she need a shoe, she need all of that. It's too much. It's just too much. So, yeah. Erica know what she did, and y'all gotta keep her with accountability for shit. Because yes, she wants to tell her side of the story. She feels like, oh, they just fired her. They did this roundtable talk, this, that, and the third. She didn't get to say nothing great, good, all of that. But you still on the internet not taking accountability for what you said. She's never going to be like, oh, I'm sorry, because her pocket's not getting hit hard. Nothing's happening. Carlos is letting her race his ass on his TV show. What did I say in the first part of this review? He's wearing blue. She could call him a blue monkey right the fuck now if she wanted to. And he's just going, okay, I know Erica's in the hot seat right now. Let me bring her on the show so I can get some views. This nigga been doing this TV shit for a very long time. We already know how this shit go. But it's at the expense of Spice. Why did Carlos not say, hey, Spice, you want to come on the show? You want to come share your thoughts as well? Did he ever call Spice and ask if she want to say anything? No, because they don't care about the Black woman. They'd rather have the light-skinned, racially ambiguous woman come on here saying what? Because again, we're not getting to the point, and I know I'm going on a rant, going on a tangent, and we still got a lot of time left. But Haven told me that there's another part. What more? I don't need 3 hours of this.
I mean, I won't say that. Emily.
Oh, Emily. Yeah.
Emily's so poised. She's such a
classy. Okay.
She's such a classy, soft, super sophisticated woman. Emily's in her own realm of royalty.
Yes.
I'm talking around the way, girl. Evelyn Lozado set the tone of. So if it wasn't for that, because that's what it was. Mona was on the hunt for her Evelyn Mazzaro. So I actually love the fact that people compare us, because I feel like it's the truth. Like, we're both from the Bronx. We grew up infused.
Haven says when Spice healed, she would have had Erica back in blood. Thank you. Exactly. It needs to be a fair fight. Because you saw, she literally said, "Oh, you should have died. Oh, but I pray for you 3 days. This, that, and no, you don't get to say that and then tell somebody that you hope they die because they talk about your kid because they said that your kid don't like you. Yo, I just feel like people don't understand how crazily that escalated. It's giving Erica to Karen. Real shit, bro. You see how these Karens act on the internet? My mom sent me a TikTok just the other day of this white woman delivering a DoorDash to a black woman's apartment. She dropped the food right there, right? She dropped the food right on the ground in front of her apartment door. And this black woman has a Ring camera, so she sees all of this. The white woman drops the food right in front of her door. She sit down at the steps because they got to take a picture of it to ensure that they delivered the food, right? And she's like, "But F you, come here." And we're like, yo, so unprovoked, so antagonistic. And it's just like, you don't have to do anything. This white woman never even saw what this black lady looked like. Maybe on the little Uber thing, the little DoorDash thing, she saw her profile picture. But why did you call me an N-word and we have never even shared the same air, bro? You just deliver food outside my door. And this is what people don't understand. She embarrassed this black woman on TV. Regular black women, they go outside and they get this shit. But this is TV. You understand? This can never be taken back. My moments that I may have, y'all don't get to see that because it's my moments. I'm not famous. I'm not on TV. But she chose that moment. Let me embarrass this woman. And the first thing she said was, "Blue monkey, I hope you die." No. Under the jail.
In the streets of New York, where no matter where you come from, what you look like, we're all one in New York. That's how we're raised. That's how we grow up. Now, granted,
see,
it is what it is.
Got
but
black friends.
She called me. They flew me in to New York.
Haven says worse
so
than the Carly situation.
Mona,
100% worse.
Stephanie Gale.
100%.
Stephanie Gale's my heart.
Because do you think Carly will ever call Spice a blue buggy, bruh? No matter what they went through, you think she would call her that? And I feel like people don't understand the deep rootedness here. Erica admitted that she did not like the fact that Safaree was so worried and scared for Spice, that she was sick and that she was dying and all kinds of stuff. Erica didn't like that. So she's going to sit here, she's going to be lodging to us, talking about some, "Oh yeah, we prayed for you for 3 days." And then as soon as she say, "Oh, your kid don't like you, you hope I die?" You never fucked with me, ever. If it was so easy for you to say that, you never fucked with me, bro. Period. And people are not understanding this. Her deep rootedness for Spice was the fact, "Oh, my ex-husband wants you, bro? Oh, you dead to me then." Not just because you said what you said about my kid, also because my ex-husband want to hit that, and I don't like that. And he didn't care about me when I would. That's just outside, y'all. Don't mind that. But Erica's like, "Oh, he didn't care when I was in a hospital with our kid dying, this, that, and the third." And I'm not gonna lie to you, I get it. That would make anyone feel some type of way. But the other woman that you feel like is taking your spotlight, you don't get to tell her that you hope she dies. We don't do that. And then continue to get checks. This is what I'm saying, Carlos. She would tell you that she hope you die if you said some shit about her kid. But she's trying to make a point. "Don't say nothing about my kid. Don't say nothing. But when Spice was going off all season, it's, "Oh, Spice is aggressive. Spice is tense. This lady almost died. Are y'all not understanding that? I feel like y'all not getting that, you know? She almost died, and now this woman is telling her, "Oh, you should have because you're talking about my kid." Mm-mm. A lack of emotional intelligence, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me bring you back. Bring you back.
I could have not. Honestly, I don't think I would have been able to even get through my first years of Love and Hip Hop had I not had Stephanie Gill and Vivian Gomez. Vivian Gomez is like, is she still there?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Vivian.
Yeah.
So met them in the office that night. They took me to do that scene with me and Yandy in the restaurant. Wasn't signed, no lawyer talk, no nothing. They put me on camera, like they fell in love with me instantly. Same day they met me. Same day
So wait, the same day you met them, hours later you're filming.
with that scene with us at dinner.
Yes.
Where I'm like, my titties is dead. Yeah, that was my first day being met. Yeah, the same outfit and everything. Yeah.
Wow.
The next day is when the whole Kimbella shit happened.
So what was going on with that?
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, it was the first fight of the season.
Yeah. So I met Yandy the day that I met Mona. We shot that dinner scene. The next day I get called to hang out with Yandy so we get to know each other more. Because remember, I wanted to do music, right?
J-Lo, Evie Queen,
Yes.
I'm following, yes.
So,
Yo, Carlos makes me sick because it's messy. Yo, he is messier than 90% of these reality TV show stars. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, y'all need to watch the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunions. Carlos is so messy, yo, literally, and that's why they love him.
Okay, so next day we're all over the city. They got me, I guess, Yandy shopping, and I'm just like, okay, this is me trying to get to know her. Cool. Miss Messy Yandy, she plays a big part in what happened with Kimbella and I. Yeah, totally. So that day of us getting to know each other, she brought up to me that she mentioned me to Kimbella and she had all this shit to say. So I don't know if I'm sure you do, you remember when we go back to that scene when Kimbella's like, you don't even know me. I'm like, bitch, I don't even know you. I'm like, bitch, yes, you don't even know me. You've been f***ing my money. So I was already in vengeance because I'm thinking, this bitch has been talking shit about me.
So wait, so when right before you and Kimbella met, Yandy is in your ear.
Yeah, like, oh, I told Kimbella about you. What's up with y'all? Why she has so much to say about y'all? Blah, blah. And it was just, there you go.
So you came in already on.
Because I'm thinking, and mind you, can I be honest with you? I've never said this out loud. When I came into this, I really thought this shit was like wrestling.
Girl, what the fuck? Look at her face, bro. Wrestling? Okay. Avon says the beginning of the episode of Spice discussion, her coma in the hospital. I hear my mom and family members in the other room saying, "Nigga, you wanted surgery." Yeah, okay. Oh Lord. See, that's the thing. And see, that is what got messed up. When we found out that Spice was sick, everybody was just like, "What?" Because we was hearing that she died, right? And then what we heard, oh, Spice died. She's in the Caribbean. We don't know what's going on. Everything under the sun, right? Come to find out, none of that was true because what happened, Haven? Mena and Carly was being messy, not trying to let nobody know what's going on. Oh, the family want to keep it together. This, that, and that. Grapevine. I never once thought, oh, she died on the table because she was trying to get surgery. That's other situations. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Oh, Spice got this big butt. All these bitches got big butts. All these bitches want to look the same now. You know what I'm saying? But apparently she was just sick. And as Black women, we do not go to the doctors. We don't go get ourselves checked out. I'm working right now. Give me 1 second. My bad, y'all. But yeah, we don't get ourselves checked out, and when we do, the doctors don't listen to us, right? So you have to be careful when you say things like that, because of course you would assume all black women want all this cosmetic stuff. I was just watching a TikTok earlier of this guy saying, "Oh yeah, because people assume that black women got these bundles and these lashes and these weaves and all this stuff because they want to look like Mary Ann and them." Where am I buying some Scandinavian bundles, y'all? Please let me know. No. The reason why we cover our hair up is because we were forced to. And people be like, oh, slavery, this, that, that, why you always bring it back. But that is the time we're living in. And this is what I need people to understand. That colorism shit, the reason why Erica felt like it was okay to call Spice ugly monkey is because we've had centuries of people saying it's okay to call black women and black people blue monkeys. If you're a lighter complexion than them, you can call them that. So my point about the TikTok was that this black man is telling this black woman, "Oh yeah, so y'all be wanting to cover your hair up because this, that, and third, y'all want to look like the white bitches." No, she was like, oh, that's what you really think." She read his ass to filth. Do you understand? You have to educate people. If people want to continue to just be like, "Oh, I don't know this, I don't know that," yes, you do. We had to cover our hair up because way back when they brought our asses over here, they didn't want us to show our crown. It's too powerful for them. And yeah, I'm not going to get too deep. I'm not going to get too deep. But what I need y'all to understand is that this is more than just a slur. This is more than just colorism. This is more than just some fucking hair. It's the fact that women like Erica Mena and Evelyn Lozada and J Lo can be out here cosplaying a black woman, and the regular black women don't even get that same respect. That's all I'm saying. That's it. That's all. Let's keep going. Cause y'all got me fired up today. Hold on a minute. Real quick. Haven says, I seen the blogs too, and when I saw it saying she died, my eyebrows twitching and panicking because she's realest out of all the cast with the real life. So much I want to tell. That's what I'm saying. Like, I always like Spice, even though I never, consistently stayed with the show. I always liked Spice. I never knew what the fuck she was saying, but I loved her. Okay, but yeah. And then the misinformation, oh, that part is too much. In these news articles and all of that stuff, like TMZ, y'all asses, y'all be reporting the wrong shit and misinformation. That's not okay. That's not okay.
Fake?
Well, like you.
Hey, did Spice have a baby, bro? Because I feel like I saw that she had a baby like sometime after they said she was in a hospital or something. But then on the show, just this season, they never said anything like that. So I could definitely be wrong, but I really thought I saw something saying that Spice had a baby because she was like in this big blue, puffy, dark blue, like ballroom dress. And they said she had a baby. That could be the Mandela effect, whatever. But
You go in, do your performance, and then that's it. It's like you just make the show.
You leave it on the stage, and you go home. You're like, block it out.
So yeah, I didn't go into this having a game plan either. I didn't know what the f I was doing. You got to remember, they literally just called me. I flew to New York. To me, like, this is one season of Love and Hip Hop. We got basketballs already. So I'm over here thinking this is like the new way of wrestling, but not actual cheers. Just go at it, whatever, say what you say, and go about your way. So when I came at her aggressively, I just thought,
this is what you do.
So she's saying, "Oh, I thought Love and Hip Hop was gonna be like wrestling." No, bitch, that's baddies. You need to get over there with Natalie Nunn, Crimson Jen head ass. Since you think this shit is wrestling, no.
this is my character. I got me a little, because in Flex Film is a pad designed
Like I said, y'all had to bear with me. I'm not fancy, so when it comes to these ads, I'm just have to mute it. Okay.
Because in real time, honestly, between me, I don't think I would have gone at her that crazy.
So the thing is this. I want to go back a little bit. Number one, obviously, your goal is like, I'm the next J-Lo. So
yes.
Acting, movie,
yes.
I study acting, whatever.
And here I go, get a call randomly.
You got a random call. Yandy's in your ear telling you, I mean, before that, you're watching Basketball Wives. You love Evelyn. She's another Bronx girl, Spanish girl. You're like, okay, I like what she's doing. You then meet Yandy, Mona, the rest of the executives. Then you're in a scene. Yandy tells you, girl, blah, 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 got you all amped up. So then when you see Kim Bella, you're like, oh, I get this is what we do. So that's why you were so hard in the paint.
And honestly, I didn't really think I was. In the time of it, I'm just like, oh, you had a lot to say to...
You see Yandy's
I'm here now kind of thing. Like, what's up? Now, mind you, I've seen Kim Bella at that time in passing because of what we do, music videos and things of that nature and things of... So, like, I knew of her, but not to go at her for no reason. But in TV world, me sitting down, it was perfect. There was no backstory to that because no one saw what Yandy was telling me. Obviously, that was off camera. I didn't know how that shit worked. So I just went in there like, oh, this bitch been talking.
Are y'all listening to what she's saying, though? Are y'all listening to how she kind of got initiated? Oh, I did this video and I wanted to be Evelyn Lozada and Mona was looking for her Evelyn. No. They wanted to see if you can pop off as soon as you hop in the shit. That's what they want to see. Yandy, go spill some shit to her in her ear. Oh, Erica want to beat some ass? Okay, she in there. Y'all not listening to how she's saying this shit started. Everybody, why do you think they love confrontation? They love the fighting. That is how they get on there.
Shit about me, I'ma check her. Not the smartest crayon, obviously, in that moment because I didn't know what I was doing.
So when y'all were tussling, did you?
That part was obviously real.
No, not that wasn't real, but like, did you? So
I was like, oh shit, this is wrestling, all right. That's what I thought.
Into that. So y'all, because I remember, listen, I'm a fan of the show. I remember it was like this, and it was like hair and heels, and I thought you were like a green jumpsuit or something.
It was a horrible gold jumpsuit.
And
you know what was worse about it? It was not even like it made my ass look so flat and like it was just all wrong. But that's how you know. Like I didn't know what the was doing. I was just like, yo, I have an opportunity and I need to be present and make my presence known.
See, you see what she's saying? I gotta be the best bitch at the ball. I gotta be the toughest bitch at the ball. Do y'all see how them bitches on Baddies get on the show? It's the judges up in the front on the podium. It's a bunch of dumb bitches that's right there. And they just be like, all right, fight. And whoever want to slap the hoe first, whoever won the fight, they get a ticket and they get to be on the show, popping their acrylics, losing lashes, missing teeth. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do they want to see women, racially ambiguous women, black women on TV fight each other? Somebody tell me why. Oh, because it's good for ratings. It's good for views. Okay. Haven says, Yandy and Carly need to be besties. Mariah Lynn was right about Carly messy. Yo, Carly's been messy forever. I ain't even gonna lie to you. When she was with Ja, what was that nigga's name? Mo or something? Oh, she been messy.
Well, girl, you did. So what happened after that fight?
So after that fight was backlash, and that's when I was like, oh shit, this ain't wrestling.
I'm assuming after that you got a contract. Wait, bitch.
Just sign right here,
honey. See? She said it. He said, oh, I'm assuming right after that, after you showed that you can show your ass and fight somebody for some money, you got a contract. Because they show you this shit to your face. They literally like, here you go. Here's the carrot. I'm gonna dangle it. You gonna come get the shit? Or are you pass the test? Because that's how they get you. This interview is a little bit more than when I originally thought. Maybe she's just spilling some tea, and y'all gotta catch it. Don't let it go over your head.
Don't worry about it.
Is that your Mona Scott Young voice?
Sign right here. But I had to sign right here. In the van.
Not the white van.
The white van.
White van.
Right after this fight happened.
How much was your per episode fee?
White
Let's
van.
just put it like this. I wasn't even getting paid per episode. I was getting per diem and my expenses paid. I was the guinea pig. Oh man, they saw me coming.
Wait, stop the presses.
They saw me coming. They saw a hungry young girl that came into the offices like, what's up? I'm ready. I'm this, I'm that. And just knew I was hungry and devoted enough to be present without even having to talk about logistics of paperwork, needing a lawyer, nothing. They saw my ass coming. I could talk about it now because what, y'all fired me, right? Allegedly.
So yeah, she coming for heads. Haven says, if you remember what I'm talking about, family reunion. See, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They got all these other spin-offs of Love and Hip Hop. They got the family reunion. They got all kinds of stuff. So like, even though Love and Hip Hop Atlanta has only been on for 11 seasons, they got other spin-offs of other stuff like that. Yo. But Haven, honestly, I don't know if I actually seen that part. I don't think I saw that. Because I remember when Mendices came on and he was trying to talk to his mom and all that stuff, but I didn't see all of that. But do you see how she said, oh, because they fired me, right? I can talk about this. So I'm thinking, oh, she just want a sob story. Nah, she trying to expose some shit. I'm here for it.
You did not get paid a per episode fee. You got per diem because you weren't living in New York City. And legally, when you're working out of state, you at least got to get per diem. And that runs about $40 per day. And just so you guys know, per diem, when you're in the business, you get around 40 or 50 bucks per day. And that money is to, like, you know, buy snacks, buy food, water, gum.
Ooh.
So you were making that?
Gum. Oh, honey. Oh, see? Maybe they shouldn't have fired her. She's not the only one who had a contract like that, I'm pretty sure, though. They you know how even at regular jobs they be like, oh, don't discuss how much you're getting paid with the other employees, you know? That's not something that they do. But
And I was locked into that for some time. So they played me like an extra and was using me like a main character. It wasn't until I met Deanna years later. Because even after that, like, there was nothing, like, when I became cool enough with Rich and he even tried to help me, get a better contractual situation. And, you just locked in. You had to wait it out. And then eventually, you bring in numbers, people love you, then so yeah, I was the guinea pig for a lot of stuff. Because I don't know if you remember, but they casted this woman that was saying that she was like my madam, I guess, my pimp at one point.
The white girl.
Yes.
Chrissy or something.
Yes.
Okay.
And I just feel like the fact that they allowed this woman to lie and say that I was a prostitute is complete defame. Like, literally defamed my character for a storyline for someone that wasn't even credible, for a story that was fabricated and maliciously put together just so she could have a little spot on the show. And I had to deal with that. Like, people were really, like, and that was around the time I was dating or breaking up with Sin, and Rich and Sin were, kind of in cahoots, and they were having conversations with this woman about me being a prostitute. And it's like, where is the proof of this? I've never, so I feel like, and I'm not saying this because I want anybody to feel bad for me because I've been there, done that, but I definitely was used in the worst way when it comes to this franchise where a lot of things weren't considered when it came to me, and that's why, you know,
I believe it.
I've been misunderstood on this platform
But she's not the only
for
one.
so long. It's like you had me on this platform, coming on this new girl. Yeah, I started beef and whatever. But you clearly see I'm inspiring. I'm an inspiring artist or actress and this, that, and the third. And you're just gonna allow this random woman that you feel is needed for the show with this fake story.
I'm trying to tell you, the production team, they need to be filmed. We need to see behind the scenes of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, how production and stuff put this shit on, because I know that shit is 10 times as messy than what they actually air with the cast. So the people that they're paying, I'm talking about the people behind the camera. I want to see how they start the mess, how they ask the questions, how they get people to start doing this, that, and the third. Because a lot of these scenes, they're planned. A lot of this shit is scripted. It's like, okay, well, you call so and so to come up here and let them know that you're here so y'all can talk about this, or such and such, start talking about this in the scene so we can air, so we can record this and air that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to see behind the scenes for this stuff because she's not the first one to come out with stories like this. And she won't be the last.
That's really not true. Like saying that and that's something that like Middle America, which is most of our consumers and our watchers, they don't know the difference. Anything that's said on TV, people believe it. Anything that's said on blogs, people believe it. So for a long time, I had to deal with people thinking I was at one point a prostitute, which was what?
People think your body count is very high.
I just found the interview that Carlos did with Erica Dixon Haven. Should I check that one out too?
They think you slept a lot of.
Well, what's crazy? It's Raul, DJ Envy, Rich, Sin. What came after Sin? Bow. What came after Bow? You. Came after Bow. Safaree, right?
Yeah.
No, Cliff.
Oh, Cliff. Yeah.
Safaree. Because I'm not afraid to be sexual. First of all, I love talking about sex. It's one of my favorite subjects.
You're Scorpio.
I'm a Scorpio. And I'm very. What did Wendy Williams said? I was sexually fluid. Is that a good way?
I think so. You're looking to a gay man, so yes, I think being sexually fluid is fine.
I go with and then that's the crazy thing too. To actually have sex with me, I have to be into you. Because when I have sex, honey, I have sex. So I want to be able to have my fun. If I'm going to waste my time, honey, I'm going to waste my time. So for me, but at the same time, that being that, I don't mind flirting. I don't mind wearing what I want to wear. I am, like I said, I'm comfortable with talking about all subjects of sex. I'm also very open, spontaneous, and I'm vocal about all that. And as you guys have seen, I'm not afraid to love who I love. If it's a woman, I'm going to love the out of her. If it's a man, I'm going to love him.
And also think, and I think prior to what Chrissy was saying on Love and Hip Hop, obviously, I feel like your first scandal was people said you were a mistress in DJ Envy's marriage.
Yeah, because that came out right when I got on Love and Hip Hop. And we had just broken up because the wife found out, which I was totally oblivious to. I knew about the kids. Mind you, I have a kid, but I have a big daddy. And it's more common where we come from to have kids, but you're not married. You just got a baby mama or a baby daddy. So I knew about the kids, and it was always told to me as his kid's mother. Never wife. And I didn't get that realization until I got the phone call.
From the wife?
From the wife.
She called you.
Mm-hmm. I bet they didn't say that on the video.
I'm a little shook. I'm not gonna lie.
DJ Envy's wife called you.
With some tea.
And said what?
Because y'all know what's going on with Envy right now. And how Breakfast Club got raided. Oh, okay. Hey then, girl. When was somebody gonna tell me this? I did not know. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me get back. We got like 20-ish more minutes. My mom don't like Erica Dixon, but yes. Yeah.
Hi, this is Gia Casey. Is this Erica Mena? I said yes. She was like, are you and Rashawn? Rashawn? I'm like, who's this? His wife. And I remember this day because I was in New York City with a friend of mine. It was her birthday, and Envy was DJing that night. So we were actually getting ready at a hotel for my friend's birthday to meet up with him, who's DJing in the city, to enjoy her birthday. That was like such. So coming out, okay, and then I just left King's father. This was my first relationship from that. And right away, he showered me with money, gifts, trips.
Envy did.
Yeah.
How did you meet him?
Through a mutual friend at a strip club called Jersey Girls. He was a DJ every night. I was hosting that night. That's how we met.
And he approached you.
Well, a mutual friend. Okay. I saw him in the DJ booth. I was like, damn, he's cute. And I told the girl that we're mutual friends with, and she's like, oh, that's my brother. Come here. And even not even she told me he was married.
Did she know he was married?
I mean, Envy never walked around with rings or anything like that. You know what's the real key? I've actually partied with the whole Breakfast Club right before they got the actual Breakfast Club. It was like the lead up. Partied with all of them.
Charlotte Mena.
And Angelique. Oh, girl, Angelique done had a few shots with the weirdo.
She called you a weirdo?
No, I'm calling her one.
Oh, you're hanging out with him. Some of the Breakfast Club people.
No. Let's go back.
Go ahead.
I call him. I literally, when she said his wife, I hung the call MB, and he's panicking. Please, don't say nothing. I have to save half of everything. She's gonna try to take away everything from me. Please, 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 please. I have to try to just don't say anything. Don't pick up no calls. Da 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 da. So I'm over here. I've never been in this situation. Oh, there's this man that's been doting over me, showering me. You know, I'm starting to fall for him. I spent a lot of time with him. Like this man done flew me and all my friends out to Miami. We were living our best lives up and down New York City, holding hands. Like we were very public. Like, yeah, very public. Proudly.
So wait, so is he at the time like?
He was just a DJ at that time. He didn't have Breakfast Club. He was just landing the syndicated iHeart deal.
So you knew about that. So y'all would have conversations.
I mean,
you thought this whole time he was your man.
I mean, yeah. He would be at home doing DJing for the radio, and I would be on on the phone watching him, and in his house. You hear the kids upstairs. So I didn't think anything of it until that point.
Damn.
So how did it end?
It ended. Okay, so I called him, and he was insisting that I didn't say anything. And that night, I was thrown off. We didn't even meet up with him. A couple of days later, I'm getting blown up, and he's on air, but dogging you out.
What did he say about you on air?
Something to the effect of how he cheated with someone that was beneath him. That whole stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So when that happened, I was like, okay, so this is what he's doing. He's trying to say half of everything. I get it. But why run me through the mud when you knew I didn't know?
So in order to save his marriage, he had to diminish the relationship he had with you.
I wouldn't even think to diminish, because at that point, it was like, I was too scared to call him, and he wasn't calling me after that particular night that I got the phone. And he said, please don't say nothing, don't pick up. She never called me back after that. Couple of days pass, this fool is on radio trying to save half of everything. And at one point, I was just like, okay, I'm never going to speak to him again regardless. I don't care if he doesn't call me. So I was okay with us not being in communication, because it was like, married? Like, I got what I got. I could walk away. Lesson learned. You know, and that was my first real lesson. Like, oh, these men really be out here living double lives. Like, they have kids, but the kid's mother is their wife. You know, that was the reality of like, oh, you know, growing up, we don't really see marriages and stuff like that growing up. So it wasn't, you know, I didn't think like, oh, the kid, is he married? He has kids. I'm just thinking, oh, he has a baby mama, because that was kind of my situation. Ignorant thinking, but I didn't know any better at that time. Definitely didn't. This is my first industry relationship, technically. Real deal. First industry. Well, Raul too, but I mean like real forefront.
But this is different.
This is different. And he was able to shower me with gifts and stuff, which is, I never had that. So it was like a different embracement. I was loving it, and who wouldn't, you know? But then to get smacked with that reality, I was like, oh, okay, then. So when I didn't hear from him, I actually didn't even care either, you know, until the radio stuff happened. And that's when it was just like, wait. And then that's what set the tone for this narrative that I knew, and I went along with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's especially on his point, because it's like, you know, you having daughters yourself, you know, to dog me out the way you did just to save face.
The niggas who got daughters dog bitches out the worst. Because they like, damn, well, I don't want nobody doing that to my daughter, but I know how these niggas are, because I used to be the same way, dogging out other people's daughters. So they the worst, honey. Like, what?
I mean, you could at least given me a decent heads up if you're going to go that low. But I mean, you listen to it, you can tell. Every word he used to kind of bring me down was his building block in desperation to try to fix his broken home.
As they do, because they're cowards, and they can't just be like, oh, well, I wanted to go outside my marriage or something else.
And I don't want to talk about it too much, because it's safe to say they're still together. Mm-hmm. God bless them. And they have beautiful kids that are old enough.
Yes.
But I do feel like I am owed to clarify on my behalf this narrative that he was able to paint, because he had the outlet he had.
He said, right. They moved on. I know.
I just feel like it's important.
The thing of it, this is your time to tell your story, and I think what you said is right. I know them too. They're great people. They stay together, and they told their story. And
they even wrote a book about it.
Yeah, and this is your story, and it's not.
And I don't want to, you know, especially knowing that they have old enough kids, and just out of the respect for the fact that they made it through whatever they went through, you know. And obviously it was a dark time, you know, for him and her when I was unknowingly in this up scenario, you know. But I just want that narrative to please just kind of be cleared on my behalf, because it's like, it's not okay.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, when things happened with my marriage, it's like, oh, good for you, karma, because of what you did to that wife. And it's like, it might be karma, but not from that.
And being stuck in the narrative.
Yes, because, you know, it's unfortunate that the way that they did me on the radio is what set the tone. And Mona needed that Breakfast Club plug, so she wasn't going to allow me to tell my story in the same.
Damn, she right. I don't like her ass, but she's speaking some truths now, honey. Haven says, these men are horrible as fuck. Girl, what? And you know what? They are. And the only one that I kind of give, like, okay, because he know he not shit. Scrappy. He know he not shit. And he still be out here trying anyway. Yo. Envy? Ooh. Haven says, DJ Envy argue with Tyrese lately and been accused of allegations he having a bad week. Yo, I know all about that Tyrese stuff. So what happened was Tyrese, he went on the Breakfast Club to expose that he was trying to do this like tell-all type of autobiography. Huh? Sorry, that was my mom. But Tyrese was like, yeah, this guy was trying to do like an autobiography type of movie thing with me. And Tyrese said that this dude allegedly scammed him, took his money or whatever. And Tyrese said all of this on the Breakfast Club. And then you're talking about the whole MB is supposed to be trying to flip houses and stuff. Um, and people are like, well, so are you getting money, right? Like, what's going on? Like, are you making money from this? Or are you just trying to flip the shit? And so he is having a really bad week. And I know that Angela Yee, she got her own shit, because I follow Jasmine Brand and all that stuff, and they be posting her sometimes. But when she got out of there, I was just like, she probably just tired of it. Mm-mm. They coming for that ass, bro. They coming. They coming. You can't hide. I thought he was the least messiest, and I was completely wrong. I always thought Charlamagne was the messiest one, honey.
To what was going on in real time on Love and Hip Hop. I've never been given that opportunity. They needed that Breakfast Club relationship so they could promote if they ever need to send somebody over there. Politics is everything. Because you know how many times I said, wait, this man literally is on radio saying X, Y, and Z. Like, I need to talk about this.
It's about who you know. And they will literally throw your ass under the bus just to keep a connection.
But it was never...
Not just in the industry,
I was never allowed to because of relationships.
So a lot of people think Safaree tricked you because we did see you two meet for the first time. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Because on Scared Famous, this VH1 special, he was going hard in the paint for you, and you were sort of like, I'm good. And then
he was going hard before he even went on that show.
What was it about him that you just weren't instantly attracted to?
I know. I just knew he was like this player. He reeked it. Like it's funny. The first time I actually was introduced to Safaree, he was with I wouldn't say a friend, but someone that I would see around LA and hang out every once in a while. Like, you go on this party scene. You don't necessarily hang out with certain people when you're in a party environment. They're there too. So you kind of like turn up with these people. So anyway, he was with a girl that I knew of, and she introduced me. And right then and there, he's like, you are so, in front of her. You are so, damn, I didn't know you was this. And right then and there, I was like, oh, this is disrespectful. This man is literally praising me on how beautiful I am right in front of this woman that he's actually with.
Red flag.
So I was just like, ew.
So what made you give in to him finally?
Yes, honey, that's what we want to know. And I think we know, but we want to know.
It took a long time. This man had to go through my friends, family. Yeah, he definitely pulled out all the stops. He actually would speak to my friends, manager, certain family members more than me, because at that time it was like if he would text me, I would send him back an emoji or not even reply at all. So he actually went after me, but not going through me. He went through people I knew that we were mutual friends of too. One of my friends went to high school with him. One of my really good friends at the time went to high school. So it was like kind of like he found his way. But it took a long time. I would say 3 years.
3 years he courted you?
Damn. Well, hold up now.
Scared Famous helped.
Wow.
Helped him a lot.
Because you saw him differently.
That and because how hard he went. Because at first you even see on the show, I thought it was just that was his tactic to win. Because I was definitely a competitor. I was not trying to lose. So I thought that was his tactic to soften me up in this, that, and the third. But when I died on the show, the producer was like, Safaree, so surprised the last day. I guess he really likes you. So, and then
see, she said the producers, this is what I'm saying. I want to see their messy asses. I want to hear what they have to say because because they are the ones who be making this shit go round. I'm trying to tell y'all, these producers are messy.
Just not right to send me home. They brought me back from the dead. And boy, was that man happier than I don't know what. And I was like, oh, that was the first for me. Like, oh, he actually was like, he like picked me up, spun me around. Like this man was genuinely, everybody ran when I got out of the grave. And he was like, Erica! And I was like, oh.
He really likes me.
Yeah.
Really likes
And
me.
then, but you know what's crazy? I did everything in my power for him not to.
And I was surprised
Because
you were with Safaree, because one thing I know about relationships, when you are this huge personality, the face of the show, all these things, typically women like you and men, we don't date somebody who also is into the spotlight like that. We tend to date the reserved guy, and he also loves the spotlight, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Safaree is with Nicki Minaj. He is the spotlight. Are you like, come on?
I was always curious if there was competition in your marriage.
That's so funny because I wish I could. I'm only on year 3, by the way, of parallel parenting with this person. So, and now that I'm
co-parenting, call it parallel
parenting,
meaning it's like
sometimes we fit into the sparking space and sometimes we don't.
Okay.
And just we're not always on the same page.
Yeah.
So, but it's only year 3, and we're not even close to 5.
Was there competition?
Yeah.
Yes.
I felt like that.
There was competition, honey. Yes.
Without getting into it.
Yeah, and the one thing I know too, which I do respect, by the way, at the end of the day, he is the father of your very small children, and you want to be very respectful to that.
Safe to say, us being my whole heartbreak and the way I was dog walked by him has been viral for like the last 2.5 years. I know the world.
She said dog walk, and you know what? I'm gonna use that picture of her at the reunion where she looks strung the fuck out. That's gonna be the thumbnail.
Sick of talking about us because I'm sick of having to. So, and now that I'm no longer getting paid, I do want to be selective in what I say because I feel like enough is already out there. The world has witnessed a lot. And regardless to what, now we still have these kids, and I don't know if we'll ever genuinely get to a place where we're like on the same page about our children and how we're going to raise them and what his priorities should be when it comes to them. But I do want to manifest that.
My last question with that is, do you feel like he love bombed you?
I was in the hospital before even the baby came, trying to prevent the baby from coming. And I was a wife, pregnant, on bed rest. The only person I saw was Dr. Jackie and nurses while I was on bed rest. And, pregnancy and child labor is one of the most dangerous things a woman could experience. My life was on the line. Our child was on the line. And nothing was on the line for him. Just that trip to Jamaica, which we all saw. He had a great time. And did he love bomb me? I'm not an expert. I think the world can definitely answer that as far as what they feel. But I definitely feel now that I know better, he never really genuinely loved me.
Infatuated for sure.
For the moment, I was convenient for him. And it was beneficial for him. Whatever it was in that moment that he benefited from, which, because rates went up and offers came through, So there's definitely a big benefit, especially in the way life leveled up, and the way he was living from when I met him, how he was living to how he was living when he got to me. But yeah, I don't think he genuinely really loved me. Now that I know better. And for this kid, this will be my first time actually saying that. I'm actually okay with it, finally. For a long time. Recordings just got.
Safaree don't love nobody.
That relationship sucked. Because I married for forever. I married with the intention to be led, protected. I married thinking he had the mental capacity to lead us as a family and build us as one vessel. And honestly, I think that's really where I lost him. I lost him when we had to do real life. When it was like, okay,
always,
there's no more roses all over the place. We're not surrounded by fairy tale life is happening now. God is testing our unions, our capabilities. When life started to happen, and he has to be responsible for someone other than himself. When he has to think for someone other than himself. When he has to make moves out of respect for someone other than themselves.
He's still living like a single man. You don't think he got kids?
It took me a long time to be honest that I put so much responsibility on him when we got married. Just because all my life I've been having to do it all by myself. I finally thought half of my struggle, my everyday, could be evened out with my partner. I'm not in this by myself anymore. I don't have to protect myself as a man. No. I can be submissive. I can be soft the first time in my life. And I got too soft. And I let too much slide. I got too submissive. I let too much go for too long. And on top of putting these expectations that I thought would come hand in hand with my husband, it was just too much for him. And then a baby that he didn't want came and put the cherry on top. So, I would give anything in the world to
heard this story time and time again.
How we ended.
So many women have the same story. All because these niggas don't know how to communicate.
And have it not be so bad. Because it's embarrassing to know that I finally gave this person a chance, and I had this magical fairy tale wedding. Here I am, present and ready to be the wife that I know I am very capable of being. And if for it to all mean nothing when life isn't peaches and when life isn't, easy. And we got married, pandemic happened. So we made it through a lot together, considering very quickly in our marriage. But as things progressed, and I expected him to do what a man is supposed to do, when it got to a point. He was hurting me so bad, Carlos, that I didn't give a fuck. I was hurting so bad that I wanted to match, and I've said some ugly things to him. And even with that, I wish I could go back and change. Just because at the end of the day, was I hurting bad? Was it called for? Probably. But at this,
So you can regret what you said to Safaree, but not what you said to Spice. When Safaree again said, because she even said, Erica said, "Oh yeah, because Safaree loves to throw in my face, and my kid don't like me either." Scrappy threw in your face that he knew some shit about your son too, but you wish that you could take back what you said to him, but not what you said to Spice. Okay.
Same time, this man was my husband, and I should have never used my power to make someone that was, regardless of my husband, feel any less. Because messing with a man's whatever ego they have is not an easy thing to come back from. But at the same time, I was pushed to the point of
gotta get your lick back, honey.
beyond hurt. A lot of it was public.
And that's the immature me. I'll admit, I'm very mature. I'm not grown. Always say I'm grownish. I'm getting there, but you got to get your lick back. And I know you can't always say that in a marriage because you're supposed to be grown, but Safaree is childish, bro. Like
the flaunting of women, not helping me financially with the kids, but spending all this money on random women that you're dating for the moment, and the torment, and even brought one on the show, and it was just like, we're not even. I don't understand why I deserved it that bad, because I love that man. Like, I would have done anything for him. Anything. We are always gonna be.
I just seen her on a Tubi movie, y'all.
I even sat up there and got us marriage counseling.
You paid for marriage counseling yourself?
Yeah, just to try to save us. Like, once I found out the baby was coming, I knew he wasn't fond of that idea. I knew, like, I have to do something drastic to try to help us. But at that point, it's just like, I was pregnant, bed rest, then the baby comes, NICU, he's all over Jamaica. Like, I was just going through it. I was just in so much pain. It built up that, finally, towards the end, I just was so losing.
Hold up. Did she ever call Safaree monkey? She's saying she had all this built up, frustration and hurt and anger towards him. But did you ever call that nigga a monkey? Because he wasn't there for you. He didn't do this. He didn't pay for that. No.
List the things I said.
If you think Safaree would ever tell us that she called him a monkey, fuck no.
But that was my breaking point of mine, because I was really
marriage counseling. Hell no. Right. Exactly. If you paid attention to when Safaree was with Nicki Minaj, that nigga is childish. Why do you think she never had no kid with him? Granted, the nigga she decided to have a kid with ain't no fucking better, but let's be honest, Safaree is childish. He wants to be a bachelor. He out here gifting other bitches kids Rolexes and shit, but you couldn't be in the hospital while your kid was being born. You want to be in Jamaica and shit? Y'all niggas need to be alone.
First did the whole post about divorce court with him outside the house and all that stuff. No matter how embarrassed I was, or I was really trying still. Because to me, it's like reality TV or not. It's my husband.
But she wasn't his wife. You was his wife.
You can have 3 babies on Rashida and make it through.
Ooh.
We've also seen worse.
Did y'all hear her? Kurt can have 3 babies on Rashida and make it through. She
stuff.
Oh, you know,
and people make it through. And I yeah. So I mean, it's I'm finally okay with it not working out. I'm okay with it now. It took me a long time though, because it was like, damn. But my whole thing was like, how the hell was it so good and so bad? And why the hell did you go this hard for me just to end up doing it? That was the whole thing. I was just,
they want to
that was
chase.
making me sick.
Once they got you, they don't want to fight no more. How bad? Let me cut this though.
Had a moment with God, and I just asked him to help me understand.
Haven
why
says
I'm still
having an outside baby is a final sign. Get the fuck out. Oh yeah, honey, because we need to do a deep dive on Rashida, miss. Mm-hmm.
The realization of you care so much, another person cares nothing, and you have to face that head on. It hurts. It hurt me so much. It sucked the life out of me. I was on that reunion stage, a bag of bones and a chunky Giuseppe heel.
Listen, the elephant in the room is the monkey comment, the spice.
Mm-hmm.
What's crazy, Carlos?
Hey, Raindrops. Tune in next Tuesday.
Carlos, hush, honey. So, that was it. We got to tune in next week to figure out what's going on and how she responds. Let's read some of Haven's comments. Haven says, you wonder why I kept my virginity so long, girl. Look, I'm a late bloomer myself, honey, because this shit is rough out here. She also says, oh, these are old comments, my bad. Safaree narcissistically abused her. Let's be real. Cheating, giving people roses, and don't send Erica no more dozens of roses, frolicking in Jamaica, grouping women. That's what these niggas love doing. And all he had to say was, I don't want to be a married man. I don't want to be tied down. I don't want to do this. She said, having an outside baby is a final sign. Get the fuck out. Yes. We need to talk about Rashida and Kirk, honey. We might have to do a combined live together so we can talk about that, because these relationships that these women be having with these men on this show is too much. Rashida been with that man since she was 15, 16. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is absolutely asinine, but they love it because it's for a check. And at the end of the day, y'all be bringing kids into this world with these men who don't even like you. They just want to chase you. Safaree seems like the type of man who just wants a single life, to do what he wants, to have fun, to in Jamaica. Let him. Because trying to force him to be what you want him to be is not, it's not going to happen the way that you honestly think. But if y'all enjoyed this review and hanging out with me for this last hour and 45 minutes, I appreciate it. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and you turn on that notification bell when I do upload. And if you want to see any more, let me know. Leave it some comments, send me some suggestions on some things you want to see. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Thank you, Haven. Shout out to you. Shout out to Paralegal Perspective for y'all chatting with me. on this live stream, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.